A Northern Territory judge has been removed from the Alice Springs Youth Court for a series of gratuitous and unnecessary comments that brought the judiciary into disrepute. An investigation found Judge Greg Borchers lacked courtesy, tolerance, patience, and sensitivity, resulting in his removal from the Alice Springs Youth Court until his return was deemed appropriate. In June, Borchers drew criticism for his handling of a case at the Tennant Creek Youth Court, involving a 13-year-old boy he was sentencing for a break-in and property damage. The child's lawyer, Dev Butani, asked the court to consider a non-custodial sentence, noting that the boy's mother had been killed in January, and that her partner had been charged over the death. Borchers told the boy he accepted there had been a significant breakdown in his family. "But you've duchessed it. That means that you've taken advantage of it. You're out and about on the streets with your mates because no one is really in a position to look after you," Borchers said. He also told the boy the community could not afford him. Chief Executive of the Central Australian Aboriginal Legal Aid Service, Eileen Van Iersel, referred the matter to authorities for investigation, saying the comments were grossly inappropriate. The results of that investigation, conducted by the Chief Judge of the Darwin Local Court, Dr. John Lowndes, were released on Friday. Lowndes cleared Borchers over the comments to the boy, finding there was no misconduct. He rejected any assertion that Borchers had accused the boy of taking advantage of his mother's death. The investigation found Borchers was simply making an observation that no one was exercising parental control over the young person. Other aspects of his remarks to the boy were found to be inappropriate, although they fell well short of judicial misconduct. Although another judge may have handled the young person's matter differently, the approach taken by Judge Borchers was within the admittedly broad range of what might be considered legitimate in the discharge of the judicial function generally, and in the youth justice context specifically, Lowndes said. The investigation also considered 5 earlier matters in the youth and local courts, presided over by Borchers. Lowndes found the judge had made gratuitous and unnecessary remarks that displayed a lack of judicial temperament. That prompted him to temporarily remove Borchers from the Alice Springs Youth Court, until his return was deemed appropriate. He will continue to sit in other courts. "I have formed the view that in a number of matters the judge has not demonstrated the courtesy, tolerance, patience and sensitivity which is, in accordance with the AIJA Guide to Judicial Conduct, should necessarily characterize the discharge of the judicial function," Lowndes said. "The judge has been found to have engaged in inappropriate judicial conduct, which is unacceptable. It detracts from the proper performance in the matter at hand, specifically, and it reflects poorly on the courts generally and brings the judiciary into disrepute."